Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the problem D from the latest Codeforces round 666, problem name Stone Games. So T is playing a game with his friend HL, so there are two players playing a game in which there are n piles of stone and the ith pile consists of AI stones. Now what they do here is T and H, like HL, take alternative turns and play the game, and T goes first. In each turn, what they do here is the player chooses a non-empty pile and then remove a single stone from it. So like every pile consists of AI stones. So the first player will take out one stone from like some at the piles which are given to them. They can take out any one stone. However, one cannot choose a pile that is chosen in the previous turn. So like if some person has chosen some pile, then the next person cannot choose the same pile. So that's the whole question. Now the player will take out one stone at a time from these piles, and whichever like player cannot take out a stone will lose. So you have to determine like which player is the winner and which is the loser. So if T wins, then print T. If HL wins, like print HL. So that's the whole question. Now let's move on to a drawing board. In such type of game theory questions, I highly recommend to draw as many test cases as possible, and then you will try to figure out some logic. Okay, the main trick in this question here is, or like the main difficulty or the confusing part in this question here is, it is a D problem. So mostly D problems are DP problems, and also the constraints are very small, which are telling the contestants that it is a DP problem, but it's actually not a DP problem. So I'll tell you how. So first, draw out some test cases. Let's assume that there is only two elements of same. Let's assume that there are some element like 9 and 8, and then like there are two elements 8 and 6. Let's find out the answer for these. In this, because there is only one pile, then what you can observe here is that only T can take the chance because T chance is first. Then H cannot take the chance because you cannot choose the previously chosen pile, and thus only T will take the chance and T will win, because T can only take the chance, H cannot take the chance, so T will win. Okay, now in the second like in this pile, first T will take the chance, it will make the pile equal to 9. Then H will take out a stone, but he cannot take the stone from this pile, so he will take this pile and he will also make it 9. So it will goes like this, 8 8, then because everyone then again take a chance and it will take out one stone from this, so it will become 8 and it will become 8. So it will goes like this till 1 1. Now it is T chance, so he can take out this stone. Then it is HL chance, so HL will take out this stone, and T cannot take out more stones, so in this case T will lose. So what you can observe here is, if like, okay, let's take out, like if there are the stones are equal, then T will lose. Why? Because HL will try to defeat his purpose by taking out the same stones from some other pile, and then he will land up on the final state in which he cannot take out pile. Okay, let's generalize this or take a deeper look into this test case. As you can observe here is, in the end, why T loses? Because he don't have any more stones. Or also you can observe that the total of this, the total number of elements or total number of stones in every pile combined, total number of stones in every combined pile is 20, which is an even number, as you can understand. And also because T chances is first, he will take out one stone, then HL will take out one stone, so at every chances when T will arrive, it will become an even number again, then it will again become an even number, so it will come out to be 2, and then it will become out to be 0, and then T cannot take a chance. So whenever the whole sum of the total stones is even, then T will lose. Also, now you can observe that, okay, whether T can always lose in such conditions. Let's take out some example, and you can get confused with this example because I also get confused. Let's assume that there are 5 piles of all 10. Okay, now what you can see here is, okay, T starts moving here, and as you can see, both of them get cancelled out, which means that, okay, T starts removing here and HL start removing from here. So when T exhausts this pile, HL also exhausts this pile, but now it is T turns. So T can take this pile, and then HL will take this pile, and they will again start exhausting this pile, and then it will come boil down to 1 1. Then T will take out this stone, it will become 0, and HL will take out this stone, it will become 0. Then T will take out this stone, take this pile, and yeah, T will win. So as you can observe here is, okay, you will tell that now even though the sum is equal to even, which is 50, T will win. But this case is wrong. You can tell that, okay, if now actually we don't have to see the total sum, we have to see that, okay, if there are odd number of piles, then only, because in this even number of piles, but it has odd number of piles, so in odd number of piles T will win. No, that's not the case. I'll tell you why. The number of stones removing we are doing here is wrong, because they are playing optimally. Let's assume that, let's take the same example. They are all 10. So first let's assume that H and T are start playing, and then T take this pile and HL take this pile, and they both exhaust it out. Now it is T turn, so T will take this pile and HL will take this pile. So T will take out one stone from it, it will become 9. HL will take out one stone from it, it will become 9. Now T will take one stone from it, it will become 8. Now HL don't take a stone from this, but HL cannot take a stone from this pile, it is for sure. But HL will not take a pile from this, HL will take a pile from stone from this. It will become equal to 9. I'll tell you why HL is doing like this. So it will become equal to 6. Then HL again, like actually HL is alternating between these two piles. So what he's actually trying to do, you'll understand. So when it comes to like 7, sorry, this will become 8. When it comes to 6, it will again become to 8. So he is actually making both of these piles come down simultaneously. Then when it goes down, okay, it will come down to 5 and then 5. When this T exhausts this whole pile to 0, then both of these piles turn out to be 5. And wow, T has made both of these piles equal. And see, as I've told you, if both of these piles are equal, everyone started to like extract out one element. T will take out this element, HL will take out this element, and because the total sum is even, T will always lose, because T will make this equal to 0 and then HL will make this equal to 0, and now T cannot take a turn. So this is the first logic you have to see, that if the sum of all the elements is even, then like T will lose. He cannot do anything. Like HL can optimally play some games such that he will always make everything element equal because it is even, and then T will ends up having 0 in first, and then HL will make the other elements equal to 0, and then TL will, or like T will lose. But there is one case in which even though the sum is equal to even, T can win. In what case? Let's assume that there is a very large pile. Let's assume that there is a pile of size, let's assume 100, and there are only 3 piles, so this is 100, and then there are, let's assume that 4 more piles of size 1, 1, 1 and 1. Even though the sum of this is 100 plus 4, which is 104, which is even, but if T take the largest of this pile, which is 100, and stick to this pile, because if T is on this pile, HL cannot take this pile, because he cannot take the pile which is already taken. So HL can only take out stones from the rest of the piles, and because this pile is largest, or like this pile is greater than the total combined sum of all other piles, then like because T is on this pile, he will not exhaust it out. Even he can reduce the number of coins from it, HL will exhaust out first, because the combined summation of all the other piles is less than this maximum pile. So T can only take out elements from this pile regularly, and he will not like burn out, but HL can burn out fast. I hope you understand this logic. So there are just two logics. If we just find out the maximum among all the elements, if the maximum among all the elements is greater than the other combined elements, then T will always win, because he can just stick to this first pile. Now if this condition is not there, if this state is not there, then if the summation of all the elements is odd, then only T will win, else T will lose. So that's the logic for this question. I hope you understand the logic part. Let's move on to the code part now. So the code is also very simple, in which take the input of all the elements, not just take the input of, you just have to find out the maximum and the sum. Okay, now iterate over all the elements, take the input of that element, add it to a sum and find out the maximum among all of the sums. Now you have two cases. If the maximum among all the elements is greater than the summation of all the rest elements apart from the maximum, so sum minus the maxi, if this is greater, or if this condition don't hold true, then if sum is odd, then only T will win, else HL will win. I hope you understand the logic as well as the code. Code is very simple. If you still have any doubts, please mention down. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding. Bye.